Afternoon, everybody. Welcome to TK's Geek Room. Today is a second video for Crimson Moon. This time for the troop builders. We got the Trooper, the Exterminator, and the Noir Elite Guardsman. We're going to get these bad boys out of the box and take a look at them and match them up with the rest of the team. Give us just a second. All right. Freed from the plastic prison, we have, again, the Trooper, the Exterminator, and the Noir Elite Guardsman. We'll cover some, let's cover articulation real quick for those that haven't watched any previous videos on these guys. The Fresh Monkey Fiction bucks for this wave are pretty good. They're a lot better than Monster Force Wave 1. On this particular one, you don't get a lot of down look, but you get a pretty good up look. They will easily go into T-pose. They got the good bicep swivel on them. This one, the guy's a little tight out of the box. A little cooler here today in Nashville, so not a big deal. You can see pinless double jointed elbows, wrist swivel. Same over here. We'll get the, the turn's a little easier. He's loose. The double pinless. Same on the wrists. Crunch forward. Lean back. Even with the jacket. You get some pretty good movement there. The thing I like the most about these figures over the Sleepwalkers from Operation Monster Force Wave 1, the jacket's the same, right? It's the same softness and everything, but the articulation of the legs is a lot better, which means getting him into a seated position with that jacket is a lot easier. You can see you can get him into a seated position with 90-degree legs, no problem. Where the Operation Monster Force Wave 1, I had, they just don't sit very well. Between the jacket and some limited articulation. Don't really know what's different. I mean, they all got drop-down hips. They all got swivel thighs. They all got double-jointed pinless knees. They all got boot cut. This boot cut's a little tight. That's all right. We got the rockers. We got the lean forward and the lean back. It's all there. It's all there on the Operation Monster Force figures, but these just do better. So I'm not sure what real changes they made, probably in the joints or something between Wave 1 of Monster Force and Wave 1 of Crimson Moon. But regardless, whatever it was, I'm digging it because they work better for me. Now, so you did hear a lot, we'll talk a little bit about this. You heard a lot of folks complain about, maybe not complain, it's probably harsh, but comment on that the paint apps with Crimson Moon aren't as good as Operation Monster Force. And I'm not going to disagree with it. Like, there's less paint apps. I wouldn't say that they're worse. I would just say that there's perhaps less of them. No buttons, no snaps, stuff like that really aren't painted the way they are on Monster Force. But there is one thing about it that I like. And maybe not everybody does, but the brighter red on Crimson Moon also means that they look that much closer to Red Shadows. Palatoy Red Shadows, which is really what I bought them for. I'm not a big fan of werewolves or whatever the case may be. I bought them specifically for conversion to a Red Shadows appearance. I prefer the brighter red. I do have a couple of the Sleepwalkers in the display. We'll talk about that here in a second. All right, so let's pause. Let me convert, I gotta heat these guys up for just a minute, and then I'll come back and we'll convert them together, and then we'll put them in the bigger display. See how it goes. I'll be right back. All right, heat gun never fails. We got us a little pile of werewolf heads here now. So let's just do some quick reassembly, and we will have our Red Shadows. We're gonna pop the Red Shadows helmet on. The Trooper. Oops. I should open the bags of the hands first. If you're also not seeing this, in the bag, you get the Crimson Moon stand. It's a pretty nice stand. And then you get the little bag of hands. There's several black hands and several werewolf, or another set of werewolf hands. Ultimately, we want a left trigger finger. And I like the right cupped hand so that they can better hold their rifle. We'll do the same with the exterminator. Now him we're going to be turning him into red laser. So, same deal. We're going to open up our little bag of misfit toys here. Again, we have a stand, a smaller bag of hands. We are going to open that up. Oh, my fingers aren't working very well for me today. There we go. Again, now this one I think we're going to use the open hands on the left, his right, and we're going to use a fist on the right. And the reason for that is he's got the wrist launchers, and we're going to play into those. And we got our red laser helmet. Red laser was essentially the Red Shadow's flak. Officer, driver, whatever you want to call him, back in Palatoy days. He's got his knife holsters. So exterminator's obviously the Lux character in the wave. He's got hoses to hold it all together. He's got his jetpack and his daggers are in there as well. We're not going to put the jetpack on right now. We'll mess around with that later, but I did want to get his daggers into his boots, because he gets one for both sides. I like that Cobra Commander helmet. It's kind of cool. If you guys don't know, the red laser was simply reuse of the helmeted Cobra Commander from 83 or late 82, whatever, however you want to consider it. And then they just painted it red and put eyes on it. And so this was a pretty cool mix to go with the red trooper, red assault trooper. And here we'll do this over here. We've got a black assault trooper. I'm gonna do that off camera so I can push it on there. And we'll get the hands off. And I like to try switch things up with these guys. And for him, I'm gonna try to make a left-handed trooper, just to make him a little different on the shelf. And he's going to be standing with Black Major, since he is a Noir Elite Guardsman. It's kind of what his purpose was meant to be. So we're looking for a right trigger. A left trigger, rather. Right as I'm facing him. His left hand. Because that is the hand we will put the rifle in. So now we've got our 3 Red Shadow Troopers. I think I'm going to go ahead and probably pick up 3 more of the Red Trooper. Maybe 1 more of the Elite Guardsman. We only need 1 Red Laser. He's a named character. And that'll probably finish me out for Crimson Moon. Did hear a rumor that Wave 2 of Crimson Moon is supposed to be a good guy wave. Does that mean if they stick with, you know, kind of the homage to Palatoy, does that mean Z-Force? Does that mean SAS? Does that mean Q-Force? Whatever. I mean, there could be many options there if they could continue as an homage line. So that'll be pretty cool to see. All right, so let me get these guys armed up, and then we'll move the camera up to the display and see what they look like together as a team. Be right back. All right, we've got them on the shelf now. You see we have the Red Assault Trooper, Red Laser, and the Elite Assault Trooper. Just a quick walk on the whole shelf here. We have we have Count Ironblood, or Baron Ironblood rather. Not happy that one of these soldiers has turned into a werewolf. Not a super fan of this one because of the zombie damage to the leg and stuff like that, so it wasn't as simple as just converting it to a Red Shadows, but it helps the story of the shelf, I guess. So, you see Black Major lighting him up, putting him out of his misery, protected by a soldier. I do have 1 wolf guy back here in the back, stand in as my Kilowog. Not a big fan of the Operation Monster Force Kilowog, so I made my own, protected by his Soldier of Fortune Assault Trooper. You do see I've got manning the computers. We have 2 of the Red Sleepwalkers, but you can see that they're, with that wash on them, they are quite a bit darker than the Crimson Moon stuff. And we've got our Red Jackal, and back here is our Red Scientist. I haven't really given him a name yet. That's ultimately a Dr. Caligari body with one of the Order of the Crimson Moon priest heads on it. He's got something going on back there with science, and we'll leave it at that for now. I am looking forward to maybe getting a Muton and a Kraken, trying to figure out maybe something to use as a stand-in the short term. But overall, pretty happy with Crimson Moon so far. Fills a cool gap in the shelf. All right, guys. Well, that's it for the Crimson Moon review. Probably won't see any more videos on this one from me anyway. I am going to add a few more of the Red Troopers and at least 1 more of the Black Trooper. And we'll call it a day. Have fun with your toys, boys.